to shine. Feel the light that comes your way. G-Pass sees the day, catch the sun. Be free, be what you want to be.
G-Pass Mobile. My pride, my personality.
Hello, I'm Brian Clark, joined by Steve Flink, and welcome to our men's preview for the 2011 U.S. Open. And as the eyes of the world shift to New York City, they follow one man. The eyes of the tennis world have been, Steve, on Novak Djokovic all season long. It's been a season to remember for the Serb.
Indeed it has. I mean, he's won 9 of the 11 tournaments he's played, 2 of the 3 majors. Only lost to Federer, and then, of course, more recently to Andy Murray. It's been a remarkable campaign for Novak Djokovic. He has been not only the world #1, but the dominant world #1.
And there's plenty of contenders to look at as we get set for the 2011 U.S. Open. But, Steve, let's start with Novak Djokovic. Can this record-setting form he's been on, and more importantly, his body, carry him through what will be a grueling fortnight?
Body is the big question because he had a problem with his shoulder when he lost to Murray in the finals of Cincinnati. However, I think he will have had time to recoup. I'm assuming we're going to see Djokovic at his physical, mental, and emotional best, and if that's the case, he is clearly the overwhelming favorite to win this tournament.
Rafael Nadal won his first U.S. Open last year. He beat Novak Djokovic in a memorable duel in Arthur Ashe Stadium, but this year he's almost been passed by Djokovic. He gave up the world #1 ranking, still won the French Open, which has been basically his own personal tournament. So when you look at Rafa entering this tournament, how are his chances?
Nadal lost his opening match in Canada against Dodig, and then he was beaten by Marty Fish for the first time in Cincinnati. He's not coming in here with the utmost of confidence, but he has so much pride. He wants to defend this crown. He believes he can do it. The key will be that first serve. If he can serve with the force that we saw from him a year ago, where he flattened it out and changed his grip, that will give him a fighting chance to hold on to his crown.
Roger Federer won 5 straight U.S. Opens from 2004 to 2008, but then, Steve, he lost the 2009 final, a 5-setter to Juan Martín del Potro, beaten by Djokovic in last year's semifinal. He's trying to become the first man since Pete Sampras to win here over the age of 30. How are his chances?
He's got some burdens, Brian, some considerable burdens. He has lost his last 11 tournaments here since winning his opening event of 2011. He's lost his last 6 majors, but Federer has high incentive. He's trying to become the first man ever to win at least 1 major for 9 consecutive years. That will be the driving force behind Federer's campaign, but he has to lift his game. He's going to have to play better than he has for a long, long while.
Rounding out the so-called Big Four is Andy Murray. He's the only member of that quartet without a Grand Slam title. He's a past finalist here, having lost to Roger Federer in 2008. He enjoyed a good summer, a win in Cincinnati recently. Can he break through?
Murray's had great summers for the past 4 years. He's always come in here having won at least one of those Masters 1,000 crowns en route to the U.S. Open. That was a big win for him in Cincinnati. More importantly, he was a runner-up at the Australian, a semifinalist at the next 2 majors. He's long overdue to win a major. And in my view, Andy Murray has the second best chance to win this tournament behind Novak Djokovic.
The best American hope appears to be the in-form Marty Fish, approaching the age of 30 but playing the best tennis of his career. He won the Olympus U.S. Open Series. Can this form carry him through here at Flushing Meadow?
I think it could, Brian. He had a wonderful summer. Started, of course, with a win in Atlanta, finals of L.A. where he lost to Gulbis. He went on to the finals of Canada. He lost that to Djokovic, and then semifinalist in Cincinnati where he beat Rafael Nadal for the first time. I think that win over Nadal told Marty Fish something very important, that he does have it in him to compete with the biggest and best players in his sport. He would potentially meet Roger Federer in the quarterfinals, and I think that could well be the match of the tournament. If Fish survives, watch out.
Steve, outside of those 5 players, there are still plenty of other names to watch. Let's start with the 9th seed, Thomas Berdych out of the Czech Republic.
He's one of the purest ball strikers in the sport, potent off both sides, just upended Federer in Cincinnati, and a year ago in 2010 finals of Wimbledon and semifinals of the French Open. Berdych is coming back into form. If his shoulder, which acted up in Cincinnati, is all right, watch out for Berdych because he can be a real presence in this tournament.
Two of the most exciting players in this year's draw, a pair of Frenchmen, the electric Gael Monfils and Jo-Wilfried Tsonga, who stunned Roger Federer coming back from 2 sets down in the Wimbledon quarterfinals.
Monfils is a wonderful athlete, a superior athlete. He beats you a lot with his defense. He shifts from defense to offense. He's electrifying to watch. And then you have Jo-Wilfried Tsonga, who is probably one of the 3 or 4 best servers in tennis, also a great athlete. He comes forward all the time. These are two of the most entertaining players in the draw. Be sure to watch them.
In a way, there's almost 2 defending champions in this year's U.S. Open. Of course, there's Rafael Nadal, the 2010 winner, but the 2009 champion, Juan Martín del Potro, he missed last year's tournament with a wrist injury. He's only 22 years old. How much damage can he do here?
Well, he's been looking forward, Brian, to coming back here for a long time. I think he was very disappointed to miss the event a year ago. He's played great tennis all year, got himself back into the top 20 in the world. And Del Potro can make his presence known here. I think that he's got a good shot at reaching the 4th round or perhaps the quarterfinals. Whether he can go beyond that in current form, I doubt.
Quickly becoming the next big thing for American men, it's young Ryan Harrison, the 19-year-old Louisiana native. Not necessarily a favorite to reach deep into the 2nd week, but fans should certainly be taking a look at him, right?
Absolutely. He made back-to-back semifinals on the Olympus U.S. Open Series this summer, lost both matches to Marty Fish, but he went from an emphatic straight-set loss against Fish, took him into a final set tiebreak the next time around. This is a young man who learns fast. He's going to play Marin Cilic in the opening round. That will be one of the more compelling early round contests of the tournament, and I would certainly want to be there to see that one.
Finally, Steve, the reason everybody tuned into our U.S. Open men's preview, who do you like to win the tournament?
I have to go with Novak Djokovic. He conceivably would have to play Monfils in the quarters, Federer in the semis, and maybe Rafael Nadal in the finals. But I think he's up to that task. He's won 2 of the season's first 3 majors. He's won 57 of 59 matches, 9 of 11 tournaments. Novak Djokovic is the world's greatest tennis player, and I think he's going to underline that supremacy once more here at Flushing Meadows.
Regardless of predictions, one thing's for certain, it will be a captivating 2 weeks here at the Billie Jean King USTA National Tennis Center. You can follow along on usopen.org, live coverage of all the matches. For Steve Flink, I'm Brian Clark. Thanks for joining us for our preview of the 2011 U.S. Open, and enjoy the tennis.